formidable robot.
So you guys remember CyberBuddy? If not, it was a program created by former IBM research engineer John M. DeFino back in 2000, similar to one an identical, yet infamous program, BonziBUDDY, made its debut. Speaking of which, unlike Bonzi where it would contain countless amount of spyware and adware, this one is designed to be even safer and more helpful, such as access to weather, news, RSS feeds, and even its own friend system. As of 2012, the software hasn't been updated since, and the software faded into obscurity, mainly due to parents preferring to use other kid-friendly software such as Kidzuie or Magic Desktop. Besides, considering that CyberBuddy is designed to run only on Windows XP and earlier ones like Windows 2000, it will of course not be supported on current OSs like Windows 7 and the like. In fact, this story has nothing to do with its discontinuation but rather a sketchy copy of the program. I happened to experience it during my childhood years using it, and neither parents nor John are well aware of it. I used CyberBuddy a lot when I was only 8 back in 2004, and I absolutely loved it, to the point my elementary school friends used it, but this story would change my life thanks to this one upgrade. I should have been careful next time. The story began when I was messing around with the program, to which PD, my preferred agent character, said to me,
"Tom, there is a new CyberBuddy upgrade. Please visit the CyberBuddy website to start upgrading the program."
So I headed to the CyberBuddy website and clicked download. However, my 8-year-old mind just couldn't find the word upgrade. So rather than clicking on download your free CyberBuddy here, I went to Google and typed CyberBuddy new version. The results came from sites like Softpedia, though the one that caught my eye and knew exactly what I was looking for was the one from a website called newversions.com. The site looks like some sort of something you'd find from an educational website, the ones that look like were for college students, no flash content or anything like that, just a boring interface. This is when I noticed something wrong. Most of the text were poorly translated, and some of them were in Arabic, which yes, 8-year-old Tom was frightened by, but nonetheless I found the version I was looking for, where the title reads, CyberBuddy Premium version 2.04.03 free full program, LibreOmg Windows XP. I didn't mind though, since all I wanted was the upgrade, and besides, it's the premium version that you have to pay for, and the site is giving it out for free. Sign me up, my mind would have said. So I went ahead and started downloading, and thankfully it looks like it was taken from CyberBuddy's official website, since the file name is in fact CyberBuddy Premium Setup.exe, with the bug mascot as its icon, so that would be safe. I installed everything I wanted, including the premium features, and wouldn't you know it, the upgrade is complete. And after a long minute of the program starting to run and for me to put my name in, Merlin appears. Which is strange since I remember that I chose PD when I used this software. It pretty much just starts off the software in first run. Merlin speaks a cute harp S-sharp major scale sound effect, which is weird yet fascinating. Merlin found out I have installed or upgraded CyberBuddy, recommending me the tour, and then PD would show up to show me off the help buttons, then let me know that the software will always be in the system tray, then recommends checking out the website, then leaves. Nothing out of the ordinary. But when I clicked the app icon from the tray, opening the main section, the bug picture from the right isn't always happy. It is sad, maybe scared or anything, but I don't know. I decided to go to the read section to mess around with Merlin talking for a while. Then after getting bored by it, I decided to check out the tour, mainly because the music is fun to listen to. In fact, once I got back to the main section to start, I noticed the bug is now smiling, like what it was intended to be, so maybe my eyes were making things up lately. The tour itself does look weird and unnerving at points anyway, but this upgrade. Oh boy, this one is worse. The tour starts out pretty much normal. Merlin introducing the software, does the harp thing again, then tours you the stuff you already knew from first run, then goes through the other stuff, but when Merlin shows off the button to set up different agent characters, and does the weird,
"That's me,"
he just instead says,
"That's,"
then holds for like 15 seconds. Then it proceeds to continue the tour like nothing happens, including how characters like Jeannie and Robbie have the wrong voices, and even halfway through the tour, the music finishes, and it doesn't loop. This is when we finally head to the W section that something is wrong. The text is gone, and Merlin says absolutely nothing. He even flashes once, like when your Windows flashes when you move them because your display settings and RAM are crap. I tried to do something, like head back to the main section and back to the W section, but the buttons didn't work. Then out of nowhere, Merlin slowly and creepily says,
"Life doesn't mean anything."
Then a second later, Merlin's eyes turn into single pixels, his mustache grows longer, and his mouth goes extremely impossibly wide, and alongside the iconic Bliss wallpaper, Merlin starts flashing negatively, while an extremely loud warping sound alongside corrupted audio of people screaming plays, sounding like they are getting murdered. 8-year-old me of course is frightened by it, and to add insult to injury, the blue screen of death appeared, worrying me even more, because I fear my parents will ground me if they see it. Thankfully the computer restarts, but not for long though, as after the BIOS is loaded, a terminal appears, only reading, "There is no operating system installed," implying that CyberBuddy has fucked my OS. I called my mom to tell her what's happening, and protests to not get me in trouble because it was all an accident and I would promise to never do it again because I already learnt my lesson, while I was crying. Thankfully, my mom forgives me since she already backed up everything to an external drive in case anything like this happened again. The next day, my parents reinstalled Windows XP and restored everything. Thankfully that fucking virus didn't wipe out from the external drive, even to the point of installing an antivirus and contacting John to ask if this is supposed to be a prank or not. Thankfully he responded, "Hi Anna. Sorry to hear about your son accidentally installing an unauthorized copy of CyberBuddy. I just recently released a new upgrade yesterday, and I did let the agent characters ask your son to use the CyberBuddy website to upgrade for the best experience. So next time, it's best that you do that thing. Thanks a lot, and take care. John M.D. Fino." Thankfully, my mom upgraded the software. I did the tour again, and it turns out it looked normal enough, making this story a happy ending, or so I thought. Fast forward to today, after remembering my story, I decided to search CyberBuddy Creepy's virus to see if I had a false memory. This is when I found a Reddit post called, "Does anyone remember the CyberBuddy's virus?" I clicked on it, and it reads, "I remember downloading this software called CyberBuddy, and it contained a very creepy virus that jump scares you and wipes your entire hard drive once you access the tour. Does anyone know its origin?" There are people that did respond that it does exist, but it didn't contain the virus, and the tour didn't even have a jump scare in it, proving it to be an urban legend. That is when I stumbled across a comment, reading, "Yeah, apparently this virus was created by an unknown group from the Middle East called Mysteron, and their job was to create disturbing viruses of existing programs where they wipe your hard drive and use your data to the group, most likely for a planned terrorist attack or something. However, to this day, Mysteron have most likely been collapsed and their whereabouts are unknown. So yeah, I'm not the only one aware of their antics, but at least I figured out why though. In the end, I'm glad I learnt my lesson as a child, because you don't want to slip your hands into the wrong site, otherwise there will be consequences."